The one thing is I did kind of. I'm sad we couldn't get into. No, it's not worth going back and revisiting. And the fact that you mentioned Fallout.
Yeah.
And you are given then the option of being, develop your character as a jerk, like as a criminal, as a bad person who people shoot at on sight.
Yeah.
Like in that place where you are, if you want to play that character, you are encouraged to kill people.
I guess, but who would be encouraging you to do that?
Who is doing that?
That, of course, with that. Well, that's the.
I know. I'm sorry. I keep on saying that to you, but like, who?
Yeah.
Who is encouraging you?
It's almost kind of like saying like the killing prostitutes is like an app you can download. You know what I mean? Like it's a benefit of having an iPhone. You can use the Killing Prostitutes app, but no one's. You have to download the Killing Prostitutes app. It wasn't banned from the App Store, right? You know what I mean? Like, if it gets you off on having the Killing Prostitutes app, right? You can download it and kill all your prostitutes. But
okay, what if I were to throw this out at you? The fact that there's a specific response that's elicited in the game, and you will become a wanted criminal. There's an action. There's a state that it can only be realized through that action.
Kind of it's almost I don't know like where to go. It's interesting. I just like it seems like it'd be the desire of a masochist. You know what I mean? Like beat on me, torture me. You know what I mean? Like let's say there was a free game where they actively discourage like. So there's this character in BioShock who kind of yells at you when you kill the little girls. Of course, but you benefit greatly from killing them, by the way. But there's a character who yells at you. I don't know, like. So you're in it to be looked at badly.
Well, I want if these Western RPGs they're about role playing, about acting, so to speak. You had a friend who he would call role playing games acting games. And the RPGs are not role playing games because it's not about acting. Well. Right now, a lot of Hollywood actors are actively pursuing roles as villains. They want to play that role. So, what's wrong? Why would it be hard to believe that somebody would want to play the role of a villain in Fallout or any of these other games? And by giving Fallout gives you that option. And B, it says a viable way of realizing this role, of taking advantage of this option, is to kill people. Of course, again, it's not explicitly prostitutes, I assume.
Yeah.
But
Boris, granted. I mean, it's more complicated in Fallout. There's 3 sides you can join. 4, actually. You can join the New California Republic. You can join Caesar's Legion. You can join the Casino Group. Or you can kill everyone and make your own choice. Okay, there's 4 now. Yes, there are 4. So, which one was I encouraged to join? If any of them, I was encouraged to join to do the good one, right? If any of them, right? Because there's simply more to do. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, all I want to say is we should be recording this. But anyway.
We are, actually.
Oh, okay, good. Duh, that's right. All I want to say basically is, when the way she uses the word "always implicitly encouraged" sounds insidious. It sounds like the game planners are sitting back there going, "Yuck, yuck, yuck." They're going to be killing all those sexy women now, right? Yeah. Really? Is that what they're doing? I mean, and. Is giving you the option to do something, encouragement to do it. If it is, then we're using the word encourage very strangely. And that's why I said it has to be levels of encouragement.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm fudging with the word here essentially to make this work, but they're not even when they put these penalties on these actions. She says as herself, and I actually think this is a fairly applicable point. She says, as for some people, this alert state, Grand Theft Auto getting the cops on your tail, is part of why they're doing it.
That's part of the game. So is being a bad guy in Fallout. That's part of the game, right? Yeah. It is. Yes, it is. I just, again, who are we putting the moral responsibility on for choosing the path, right? When that path is like, so I chose to join Caesar's Legion, the bad guys. Okay, I don't know. I can't blame the game designers for making me do that. Hey, you guys forced me to join Caesar's Legion. I didn't want to.
Gave me the choice of joining Caesar's Legion? Yeah.
I mean, you guys gave... I mean, it gets to the point where you're saying, well, you guys gave me the choice to join Caesar's Legion. You jerks. Right? Doesn't it sound... Something sounds weird in the realm of the moral realm when you're saying, well, you gave me the choice to do it. Yeah. I mean, doesn't it sound strange to you? I don't know. I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, that does not work on that level. I'm just saying if we want to find a way to say encourage, we could say, okay, listen, by giving you those 4 options, they are encouraging you to play the game 4 times. And this is an argument that we could make, where they're encouraging you to explore all 4 of those options. With the hope that by exploring all 4 of the options, you'll enjoy the product more and buy the next one. So in this level, they're encouraging you, but yeah, I get that it does not.
How does that link up to the bigger argument then? I mean, because she basically is trying to say that the games are trying to make you see people as objects, right? But one of the paths makes you see people not as objects, whereas the other path does. So what does that all amount to in the end? How does this link up to the bigger argument that she's saying these games are basically training you to be sexist? How does that link?
It's interesting. That's an interesting point too. How how a singular work could encourage 2 different ways of thinking. A singular work could actually send contradictory messages via how you play it.
That's interesting. That is interesting. I just don't know.
I don't know where to go with that either, by the way. But maybe depending on how you play the game, maybe you might get a different message out of it.
Well, I would say in those cases, there's probably the message is the common thread that ties all of the paths together.
Probably.
And I mean, what they're doing is they're trying to show you one issue from 4 different perspectives. And probably, like I said, I haven't played Fallout, but from what I've heard of it a lot from you, Dustin, it seems like they're giving you 4 ways to view this awful world. Well, probably perhaps as a social commentary, perhaps not.
Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe I like this point, Jesse. So maybe you're kind of saying something like, you would, by doing all of the options, you could see maybe a major message of the game would come to light via doing all of the options, not just taking a message from one of the options. That'd be interesting to go with.
That's what I would say. Clearly, the game designer, or at least if I was a game designer, I would want you to play. If I made a game with 4 options, I would want you to play all of them. And I would design my game in a way that I'm going to use this word again. I would design my game in a way that encourages you to take all options and then make there's some value to doing that more than just.
Interesting. I like the words you said. They're like all options, right? Choosing every option.
So
not,
they're
not
all
a singular
equally,
one. Yeah.
They're all equally encouraged.
To get the full experience.
Yeah,
so
that's why.
If everything is equally encouraged, though, does that mean encouraged?
Well, like I said, this is where we got the main thing is they're encouraging you. They're encouraging you to. They're giving you more of a push towards killing those sex workers than they are giving you a push towards standing around doing nothing. This I would say.
Interesting. Like, so what do you think about this? Like, I kind of like where this is going. Like, say maybe, would you say like, but if you choose to be a bad guy, like, isn't it interesting? Like, what does that say when you say I've chosen to be a bad guy, so I'll kill prostitutes? That's another level, isn't it? Like, then if you know that's the bad option, like, does that like diminish the encouragement? Like, I have chosen to be a bad guy.
I would say, well, I would think that these games are saying, hey, you can be the bad guy.
Yeah, but it is the bad guy.
Yeah, you know you're being the bad guy. You know, unless you're a psychopath, you realize the moral implications of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
The main,
I just want to, before we get away from this point, I mean, like, I just want to bring back the idea that, like, you're right, yeah, you're more encouraged to kill people than you are to stand on the street, but you are equally as encouraged not to kill people.
Yes.
Because there is a good guy option in just about every one of these moral choice games. So you're equally as, quote-unquote, encouraged to not kill people as you are to kill people.
Yeah.
So what does that amount to?
Basically, we're getting pretty the word encourage is starting to get pretty meaningless here, but
I don't even know how it links up to the big argument. What is it? So now you're in a world where, let's just assume that they want you to try every option. Now you've tried everything. You've done everything possible in the game. So what is this game then? What is this game telling you? It's telling you 4 different things. Possibly. It's quite possibly it's telling you 4 different messages. So is this work not... this work could be a contradictory inside its own self, right? It could send you contradictory messages through the entire work itself.
Yeah.
So it's not a singular piece of media in a strange kind of way. It's almost a fractured piece of media. No?
No. Oh, you are aware I have no time going into this, right?
No,
yeah,
we know.
Okay. Well, we can hack what we want and we throw best clips together. There, but,
I'll just put like odds and ends, and then
Cool, works. Sorry, can you restate your question? I lost my.
It's not a question. It's an observation that if there are 4 separate paths inside a work, right? That means it's not. That doesn't. It's possible. It's very possible that the work itself has 4 different contradictory messages inside it, which means it's kind of really not a whole piece of media, right? It's almost like a fractured, schizophrenic piece of media that is not holistic in any way. It's very possible that could happen.
Interesting. In BioShock 2, the bad ending the bad ending in BioShock, as far as I know, I should really see the playthrough because I did the good ending, but it just kind of lauds you as a bad guy, and the good ending lauds you as a good guy, and then that's it. I think the true narrative of the game is trying to steer you away from this bad ending. By the way, I think there is a narrative running through the game that's trying to steer you away from this, but the bad ending does kind of laud you as this kind of super bad guy, from what I've heard.
Yeah, well, this question is one: is there like a common thread that beyond this good guy, bad guy? Common themes. Of course, I haven't played either of these, so I can't say. And you might take that question.
True.
Then there's.
Isn't it possible though that there's not? And there could be, but it's also equally as possible that there's not. In other words, I'm just saying it's possible that one piece of media could have 4 different perspectives that don't run. Yeah. I mean, they're actually contradictory to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the less refined work than the work that kind of ties threads through all of them. But yes, so that's entirely possible. Just like even a movie can have contradictory messages.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So doesn't that make everything just that much more fuzzy and confusing now? I mean, like, then what does it mean to analyze games that are themselves fractured storylines?
Well, now we're starting to need a sample of gamers playing things.
And also
And
highly detailed analysis of individual games. Highly detailed.
Yeah. I'd actually be interested to see this would be kind of interesting. Actually Thunderfoot kind of tried to do this. Yes, but give somebody a game and get 100 people to play it and see how many people kill the sex workers. See how many more people kill the sex workers than kill anybody else. That would actually probably be the main point.
How many people choose the block? How many people choose the slab?
Yeah. Yeah.
Block, slab. Block, slab.
That'd be a cool psychological experiment. I agree.
I wish we had those numbers, but
yeah,
because that's kind of key to Anita's point, and without saying intrinsically they permitted. Well, yeah, okay, I can see when we break. Sorry, she said intrinsically encouraged. When we pull intrinsically encouraged down to the level I'm trying to pull it down to, in which case you're intrinsically encouraged to do everything, except maybe you're more encouraged to kill somebody than to stand around doing nothing. But when we pull it down to this level, well, the only way that statement can actually have meaning is with some kind of backing. People are more likely to choose to kill these sex workers than they are to kill.
Which is interesting because don't you think in most of these games actually the main thrust of the game is to push you to the good ending? I think, and in all seriousness, just being serious, Fallout and I'm sure BioShock and all of these games, they push you towards the good ending, but letting you know that you can take the bad option. But the main thrust of these is usually do the good thing. Usually, right? Unless it's Rapeplay, which is basically do the bad thing.
That's actually okay. I will say it right here. That's one of the things I liked about Shin Megami Tensei. They didn't push you to any of the routes.
Interesting.
That's interesting. That would also be very difficult to do, actually.
So you didn't feel encouragement to do anything really. You just kind of explore your own way.
With every major decision, I stopped the game and sat down and thought. That's how kind of profound a game it is. It's very subtle. It's ingenious, but
there are moments like that in Fallout. Not maybe as probably as many, but there are moments like that.
Well, there's only like 5 or so choices you make in Shin Megami Tensei 1, by the way. But it's not like every minute you're making a huge choice. And actually, if you fall too far to one of the sides, the choice basically made for you. So that's actually another interesting thing that I really liked about it. When you fall to we're getting Kaufman here. When you fall too far onto one of the sides, you get into this forced decidophobia thing where you're just letting the decisions be made by your circumstances.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's a very, very subtle, nuanced, good game.
We totally should have brought Sakura Tyson into this. Like, are they encouraging you to date Sakura? Actually, I don't think they are encouraging you to date Sakura, but like,
yes,
but like, you do have the option to date Iris. or
wow, you had to go there first.
Or Suzune.
Yes, but no, they're very much they thrust.
Sakura is kind of like the one, isn't she?
Yeah.
You kind of have to go out of your way to avoid her, don't you?
Yeah, or just use the covers. But the kabao, you use your kabao skill, then
yes, you can.
It doesn't matter anymore. But something tells me if you were just play through normally, you would get Sakura's in.
Yeah.
And you have more interactions with her than anybody else. Now she's the one who fucking stops you in the hall.
Yeah, she seems like the one it's the most easily relatable to. Like, in other words, like some of the characters are kind of katayoteru, right? You have to like go in like weird zones to get them. But like Sakura seems like kind of down to earth.
Yeah. Plus, in both Sakura Tyson 1 and 2, she's much more intrinsically important to the plot than any of the other characters.
Ah, yeah, true.
Because Hatena too.
Mm. Yeah.
She's definitely the one getting thrusted on you, in every sense of the word. All right, so let's go to argument 2 then, if we're done.